Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Chanel, this is Fallon, and today we are back with a different kind of video. As you would have seen from the title and thumbnail, we are here with a mods video. Now, I have been getting questions about my mods for months now, and I have been putting off making this video. The first time I tried to record a mods video, I ended up rage quitting, so yeah. So today I finally sat down, and I am going to be showing you guys 15 mods that I use to add better social interactions to my game. And today we are here with my girl Fallon, who is actually the founder for my *ｓPrEAd *lEgaCyy over on Twitch. Definitely check that out if you like a good messy time. We have so much fun, and Miss Girl has a very messy social life, so I figured who better to showcase these social mods than Fallon. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into the video. So for the first mod I'm going to show you, I'm going to have Fallon come over to the computer. So this first mod is the Better Brand Sponsorships by Sims World. So when you click on the computer, you'll actually have a new option for sponsorships and partnerships. And when you go into social media, you have all these new social media interactions. Yep. And basically this mod just adds on to the content creation system we got from Get Famous. So you do have to have that pack, but this mod will add a new Simfluencer skill, paid brand sponsorships, luxury brand partnerships, and you can even start your own brand. The Simfluencer skill is 5 levels. So right now Fallon is still level 1. So let's see what options we have when we go into the sponsorships menu here. Right now we can work on our brand aesthetic, research niche and audience. And we also have create a content creation schedule, create a post, edit video footage, host a live, read and respond to comment, and record videos. So let's have her go ahead and research her niche and audience. As you level up in the skill, it opens up different interactions. The mod also adds a bunch of new social media platforms. So you have SimTalk, SimTube, Simazon, SimBook, Simstagram, Simtrist, and Switter. You also have Simdobi, which comes with a subscription you can purchase to use all the different Simdobi apps. So it really just fleshes out the content creator experience to make it a lot more realistic. So I'm going to go ahead and cheat Fallon's skill up to 5 just so we can really see what this mod can do. Oh my god, she maxed her Simfluencer skill. Amazing. So wow, there's so many more options. So let's go ahead and create a media kit. And while she's working on that, let's take a look at the brands that we can work with. So there are 15 brand sponsorships that are available. There's Nike, Adidas, Puma, Lululemon, The North Face, Fenty Beauty, Rare Beauty, Under Armour, Sephora, MAC, Skims, Elgato, Corsair, Logitech, and Apple. So this mod is really detailed. I haven't fully explored it, but I'm enjoying it from what I see. And if you are someone that enjoys playing with the fame system or influencers in your game, definitely check this one out. It's so detailed, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. And this next mod is the Mirror Selfie mod by Simkatu, who honestly is carrying this community on their back at this point. And this mod is base game compatible, and it adds new mirror interactions that lets your sim take a mirror selfie. So when you click on the mirror, you'll have a menu that pops up to take a mirror selfie, and you have the option to send a flirty mirror selfie or to share a mirror selfie on Simstagram. You can even shift click the mirror to open the debug menu, and you can select what color phone your sim uses. So let's give Fallon a gold phone. And then let's go ahead. She's feeling flirty, so let's send a flirty mirror selfie to Daniel. And you'll see the phone automatically pops up into her hand, and there are all these cute poses. I wish the lighting was a little bit better right now, but it's fine. But all the poses are so cute. One little thing about the mod, which Simkatu actually mentions on the mod page, is you will have to recenter the camera every time you switch poses. That was a glitch that they weren't able to resolve. But, you know, a small price to pay for this amazing mod. Way more than EA would ever give us. So, and the camera that she uses has really great zoom, so I love that. Oh my god, I love this pose. That is so cute. Hello. And after she's done, she actually goes ahead and sends it. And we got a pop-up. Don't stop sending photos. This is a very good habit. Okay, so he liked that. And they had some relationship game too. This next mod I'm going to show you is actually an override for the Cupid's Corner dating app, and it's called Nori by the Mint Simmer. As you can see, it does override the phone icon. It overrides all of the UI. So let's open the Nori app. And for the most part, it's the same Cupid's Corner experience. I think the labels up here are different. It's like linked and connections. That is just the basic version of the mod, but there is an optional part 2 of the mod that adds some social interactions. So let's go ahead and invite over Daniel. Oh, he's already here. He is our neighbor. Oh my God, look at him. He's at our door. Hey neighbor, I'm bored. Want to hang out for a bit? We can socialize or do whatever your heart desires. What does your heart desire, Daniel? And this is another small mod that I love. It is the greetings mod by Need Coffee for that. And basically it adds this menu that unlocks a lot of interactions that are normally locked behind introductions or just other social situations. So let's go ahead and give an air kiss cheek. That is, I believe, the Windenburg greeting, and it is a friendly interaction. She's like, hey neighbor. Immediate suggestive look. Well, yes. But that's not what we're doing right now, okay? These two are so hot and heavy for each other. It's crazy. But if we click on Daniel and we go to Nori dating, we have a lot of new interactions. So let's go for post-date vibes. So we can ask him if he had a good time. You can tell him you don't think we're compatible. You can say, I'd love to see you again. So basically interactions for what you would tell someone after a date. We can ask them about their social media presence. The slow swiper, ask them if they're having fun, make a nervous joke. So there are a lot of cool interactions that come with the mod, but again, this is an optional add-on. So if you do want those, just make sure to download both files for the mod. So this next mod that I'm going to show you is called the Romantica mod. And this is another mod by Sims World. So for this, we're going to need to shift click on Fallon, and then we can open up the Romantica mod. I'm just going to pause because Daniel's yapping a little too much and I can't hear myself think. So when you open up the Romantica debug menu, you have all these different lover types, and you can either assign a lover type or you can randomize. So let's go ahead, and I think Fallon would be nonchalant because she is romantic and non-committal. So let's give her the nonchalant lover, and then we can do the same for Daniel. And then let's actually go ahead and control him. Taking a little detour, I use the Sim Control Hub to control my Sims. I like it better than Control Any Sim. I think it has a little bit more functionality. So definitely recommend that if you're a storyteller or you just like having control of your game. And I'm gonna randomize his and see what he gets. Okay, he's the spoiled lover. Interesting. If you're watching my 'spread series, this is not a canon event. So let's have her say, you know how I feel, don't make me say it. Oh, she's got a crush on Daniel. Okay, girl. I think we already knew that. And he said, you don't gotta say it, I already feel it. I love that. Let's have him say something to spoiled lover. You should be spoiling me just because I exist. Oh no. Ugh, you got this way of making me forget I have bills. Now she's his sugar mama. Like I said, this is not a canon event because what the helly? I like you and I'd like to see you naked while I'm
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
See, I told y'all these two were hot and heavy for each other. Let's just say a few hours have passed. But for this next mod, it's another Sinkatu mod actually, and it's called Hangout and Chat on the Bed. So let's have Fallon hang out and chat on the bed with Daniel. So for this one, you do need a double bed, and then your Sims will climb on the bed, and I love the posing for this mod. And they just chat and they gain relationship while they're talking. And at the end of the conversation, they'll even get a little pop-up that tells you what they talked about. And let's see, Fallon and Daniel talked about dating, and Daniel mentioned being ready to fall in love again with her. And basically, the initiating sim will learn something about the other sim, whether that's a trait, their career, if they're single, their sexual orientation, their turn-ons and turn-offs. So it really does function like it was built into the game. You even get a buff after Tell Me Everything from hanging out on the bed. Suddenly, every little detail became way more interesting. And I'm just seeing this buff from the Romantica mod, a beautiful burden from being guilt-tripped by a spoiled sim. Apparently, breathing is a luxury. Fallon knew what they were getting themselves into by being with a spoiled sim. So I love when modders add buffs to their mods. It just adds so much depth to the game. Okay, so this next mod that I'm going to show you is a mod by Utopia, and it is called the Ride Together Bicycle mod. So it comes with this bike rental station that you can just plop down. So we're actually here at the park. So I'm going to have Daniel come and rent an e-bike for 5 hours. Okay, and from there, the bike appears in your inventory. So let's have him place it in world. And from there, he can click on it and click ride together. You can just ride the bike like a regular bike, but it also has this ride together feature. So let's do a flirty, risky ride with Fallon. So Daniel's gonna get on the bike, and then Fallon should come and join him. Okay, there we go. I don't know. The flirty, risky ride wasn't giving me the pop-up. But when you click on the ride type, then you should be able to select who you want to ride with. And then Fallon will spawn onto the bike. So once they're on, you do have to select to actually move the bike. Otherwise, they'll just sit there. And they will naturally talk while they're on the bike, which is great. Let's see if we can get one of the other ride types to work, just to see what that animation looks like. Okay, let's just try the risky ride. Okay, so we can select Fallon. The flirty risky ride, I don't know, is not working for me. But for this one, she does ride on the handlebars, which is so cute. This is great for like taking photos. The animations are so cute, but let's actually have them bike somewhere. Yeah, let's bike down here. And look at them go. So cute. Oh my god. I've actually never seen that animation in game. And then when they stop, they'll stay on the bike until you cancel it out. So it gives you a lot of control for storytelling, or if you're someone that does cinematics. So I love this mod. Definitely recommend. So this next mod is also by Utopia, and I'm sure a lot of you already know about it, but it's a must-have in my game, and I still get questions about it. So I think I need to cheat up their romance for it to show up, but it is the Kiss and Grind mod by Utopia. So now when we go into romance, we should have a new menu called Kiss and Grind, and we get a bunch of new interactions. So let's do an intimate kiss. So some of these are a little bit more spicy, some of them are a little bit more cutesy. This is one of the more cutesy ones. Oh, look at them. They're so in love. You know, sometimes we need a little bit more than what EA is giving us. Okay, a little booty bounce. I see you, girl. And then let's do a waved kiss. Okay, I don't know what they were talking about, but she said, "Tell me everything." Okay. This one's cute, like if they're at the club or whatever, you know. A cute little two-step while they talk and kiss. And then as you saw, there's like a provocative grind, a sensual grind. So these are just great for storytelling. Okay, So when they're done, we'll take a look at the next Utopia mod, which is also okay.
Oh. Oh.
They said, girl, quit all that yapping. We're busy. Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so this next mod is also by Utopia. Let's go into romance, and it's called Passionate Gifts. And I'm actually going to do this from Daniel's perspective. So Passionate Gifts allows you to give romantic gifts to your partners, and the Passionate Gifts mod actually recently got an update. I haven't had a chance to play around with it, but now you're able to gift your partner items from build mode. So you could like give them a console, for example, or a pair of shoes, really anything you can place from build mode. When you click on it, there's an option to mark it as a gift. So I think that's a really cool feature, and it's just a great mod to have in your game. I personally love the designer bag because it has its own gameplay that comes with it. He's like, hey babe, I got you something. I probably should have had her give him a gift since he's the spoiled lover, but that feels like propaganda, so. Okay, so this is a Givenchy bag that he got her. Okay. And she's like, oh my God, I've always wanted a designer bag. As you can see, she got 800 simoleons to her name. She got cut off by her parents, y'all, so. And look at that, her bills are 922. She can't even afford to pay her bills, but she got that Givenchy on her though. Let's go ahead and we can go inside the bag and let's have her, we can have her use some hand sanitizer. You know, she's been touching all kinds of stuff here at the park. She got to keep a couple wet wipes in case a bum try to touch her. Ew. And look, she pulls the bag out. She gets out her little hand sanitizer. Boom. And then she puts it away and she gets a little moodlet. Expensive gift from receiving an expensive gift. And I think she gets one from the hand sanitizer too. Clean and refresh from using a hand sanitizer. So yeah, I love Passionate Gifts. It's a great mod. And this next mod is another one that adds romance interactions. And it is called More Kisses by Maple Bell. And this is another one where their romance has to be high enough. If we go into physical intimacy, we have a bunch of new kiss interactions. So let's do an excited kiss. And for this one, she actually runs and jumps into his arms. I love that one. That might be my favorite from the pack. So yeah, that is More Kisses. It's exactly what it sounds like. Okay, so now that I've showed you all the cutesy romance mods, let's show some that add a little bit of drama to the game. The Drama by She mod is by She. Huh? And it comes with 5 different interactions to add a little bit of spice to your relationships. But I love the have what are we talk when my Sims are dating. I think it's a great way to add some storytelling in.
Fibna, Fina, Vintajongi, Wanu.
So she's had the what are you talk with him and he said, I like you a lot. I'm ready to take the next step when you are. Okay, now Fallon can go in and let's ask to be a romantic partner. So she's like, okay, so are we doing this then? He's like, I think we are. Okay, and now they're official. She got a confident moodlet from having the what are we talk. Might be bae soon. Well, that one better than expected. Maybe this is going somewhere after all. And the last and final romance mod that I have is Romantic Complaints. And this one is again by Utopia. And there are a bunch of different complaints that your sim can make, and they kind of depend on recent interactions. So there's more complaints available, but these are the ones that Fallon has right now. So let's complain about money, because she doesn't have a lot of it. So she's like, my bills are due today and you haven't paid them. What's going on? And there are a bunch of different outcomes that can come, like they can argue. She's like, baby, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Is he gonna take it? Oh no. He said, that was uncalled for. Are you proud of yourself, girl? Did she get a moodlet? Yes, she got a tense moodlet. Dreams cost simoleons about money. Fallon is feeling uneasy about their money situation. If things don't change, this could become a serious issue. That is so funny. Okay, so I think we're gonna leave Daniel here. So yeah, if you feel like your Sims relationships are a little flat or boring, these are some great mods to add in. Okay, so we are back at home with our bestie Sarai, or should I say ex-bestie, but this is an alternate reality where she hasn't slept with our man yet, so we'll just file that away for now. The next mod I want to show you is called the Girl Talk mod by Anna Sims. And for this one, this is another one where you get to choose your Sims personality type. So you'll want to shift click to open the debug menu, and then you can go into friend type. And you can choose what type of friend type your Sim is. And I think I've already given Fallon the genuine friend. So we're going to keep that. And then I'm going to control Sarai. And you remember what I said about her sleeping with our man? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give her the toxic friend. So this adds some new interactions. If we go into friendly, we have interactions under genuine friend. We can ask how you can help, ask if they ate, bring up a funny moment together, say they feel off. Let's tell her she feels off. She says, so what's tea? Ooh, look at that attitude. She didn't like that. She doesn't like that we're clocking her. Oh no. So we're gonna go into toxic friend. And let's tell her a passive aggressive joke. She's like, don't be mad because he wanted me. And Fallon's like, why would you say that? And she's like, girl, it's just a joke. We all know that person that says something totally out of pocket and then likes to say it's just a joke. That's what Sarai is giving right now. The Girls Talk mod is honestly so in-depth. You get a bunch of new interactions based on your Sim's mood, recent interactions, their relationships. So definitely check out the mod page because there's so much more to this mod that for the sake of time, I'm not going to get into, but just know that it adds a ton of depth to your friendships. The Little Miss Drama mod, which is another mod by Sims World. As you can see, I have some favorite modders that I always go back to, and Sims World is one of them. So let's go into Little Miss Drama, and there are 4 main parts to this mod. Little Miss Flirty, Little Miss Petty, Little Miss Smitten, and Little Miss Toxic. So let's go into Little Miss Petty. And what about Little Miss Trifling? Ew. And let's ask Sarai, do we have a problem? No, we don't. But if you want to find a way to solve it, we can. Just let me know. Oh, so she wants to fight. Okay, say less. And we are actually at the very last mod that I want to show you. And I think this one will wrap things up very nicely. So we're going to go into Mean from Fallon, and we're going to go into the Brawling mod. And this is another mod by, you guessed it, Utopia. And I love this because, first of all, the in-game fighting animation, it's doing a lot, you know, not to mention your Sim has to be in a very specific mood or have a very specific like relationship in order to be able to fight. And sometimes you just need to slap a bitch. So this mod comes with face punch, face slap, groin kick, ground fight, and ground throw. And I like this because it's kind of like a light version of extreme squabbles or extreme violence. If you don't want to take it that far, because those mods can be a little bit more graphic, these ones just add a little bit of spice to your game. So let's do the face slap. Period. She said, now get out of my house. And sometimes the Sim will slap you back. I've had that happen. I was not expecting it. So let's actually come over here and let's do the ground fight animation. Because this one is great. Like, if you want to fight in the club, this is the animation you need. Ooh. Well, we can do the ground throw first. Ooh. Not the body slam. I'm sorry. Cameraman. So that was ground throw. Come back here, girl. Let's do the ground fight. Let me get on my cameraman duties. I'm gonna do better this time.
Whoa!
Oh,
Your zip!
oh, oh no, what in the bad girls club?
Oh.
She laid her out. Okay, well, you know, I actually really hate to leave things off on that note, but that is all the mods that I have for you today. So, Sarai, don't you dare go in our fridge. Let's send her home. Get out. Okay, so that is it for today's mod showcase. I hope you found at least a couple of mods that you can add to your game for some better storytelling and social interactions. I love all of these mods. They just add so much to my game, so I will have everything linked down below. Make sure to check them out, show some love to the mod creators because they carry this community on their back and they make this game what it is. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed or if you would like to see more mod videos in the future. And until next time, stay weird, be kind, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!